Welcome again and again to Yoga Express. My name is Banu. I'm your host for this program. By popular demand, we have Natalie Polinger. She is back with us, and she's got some really unique plans for today's episode. So stay tuned, hang in there, do not leave us because it's not about the stretching alone. There are little tricks of the trade that Natalie's going to share with us today. Before we move on, I'd like to first thank my crew again. Akram, Miguel, you guys are amazing. Thank you. And Ryan Stillwagon, our facilitator, who set up all the lights, all these beautiful golden sunshine indoors. Natalie is right there on the screen. You have her contact details. You have a website. Check her out. You have a lovely, simple, but beautiful website. I looked it up.
Thank you so much.
You're also on Instagram, and she's on Facebook as well, and that comes at the end of the rolling credits. We didn't have enough screen space for her Facebook link, but she's all over the place, so just check her out. Natalie, just before we started today, I was asking you for some tips that our viewers and I could, get from you, but how to conquer certain positions, because sometimes our body is able to get into certain postures, but it's our mind that stops us, right? So before we do that, I know you had planned some breathing exercise, and then maybe we can go straight into that.
Yeah, so we're gonna have more like a workshop class today.
Beautiful.
But it's gonna help you all to move further in your own practice.
Lovely.
So we're gonna demonstrate a couple of modifications for some poses, and then that way you can practice safely at home. Perfect. And just see what works for yourself.
And, some little tips every now and then. So, okay, I'm ready for the breathing.
So we're just gonna start with alternate nostril breathing. It's an excellent exercise that you can do in the morning to get yourself balanced for the day. It's both energizing but also grounding. And you can even do it in the evening if you have trouble to fall asleep, just to relax after a stressful day.
Yeah.
So for our exercise, you can sit in a comfortable pose. Yes. If you want to sit cross-legged with your legs in front of you, whatever works for you. And we're gonna use our right hand, and with your thumb, you're gonna close your right nostril. And if you want, some people, they like to take the peace fingers onto their third eye. So you can work with that, or you can just work with the version to close your right nostril.
And then first two fingers can go in.
And the both two fingers, they can just be wherever. And then we're gonna use our ring finger to close our
okay, got it.
left
so I'm
nostril.
Gonna take them in. Okay.
So I'm gonna demonstrate first, so you can bring your fingers maybe to your third eye. So you're gonna take your thumb and close your right nostril, and then you're gonna breathe in only through your left nostril and count to 5. And then if you're not pregnant after your 5th count, you can just close your left nostril with your ring finger, and you can hold your breath for another count of 5. And then you can release and breathe out through your right nostril on a count of 5. And you would only restrain your breath if you're not pregnant, if you don't have any high blood pressure. Otherwise, don't hold your breath. And then you can close your... Then you can breathe in again through your right nostril, count to 5. close your right nostril, either restrain your breath or start already by breathing out through your left nostril. Count to 5. And then breathe in on the left side. Count to 5. Close your left nostril. Exhale through your right. Count to 5. And continue in your own pace for a few more rounds of alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodan. And the next time you exhale on the left side, you can just slowly come to an end and let go of your hands. And then just breathe in through both of your nostrils. And exhale again through both of your nostrils. And again, breathe in through both of your nostrils. And exhale out through both of your nostrils. And just stay here for a few more rounds like this to feel the after effect of the alternate breathing exercise, Nadi Shodan. So maybe you feel a little bit more grounded, but as well energized. So it's excellent to do this also during change of seasons to boost your immunity.
It feels wonderful.
Yeah, and then you can slowly open your eyes.
I'm just
Before.
marinating in my breath.
Yeah, that's great.
Feels good. It's good. You know, who needs wine, huh? To get heady.
Right. Yeah, and then we can slowly move into some poses for our
Actually,
workshop.
I had some questions too. And you did clear in the last two episodes, you did clear the lotus one.
Mm-hmm.
We did, 2 episodes ago, we did some standing postures and because we don't have a mat
Right.
with us, so there's no traction. Is there a way that I can safely get my legs apart? What is
Yes.
it? Is that
So to safely get your legs apart, we can just
yeah,
start and
you
do
can
it.
give some tips.
So
Help our
if we
viewers.
come from our seat into a standing pose, so if you're on a ground where it might be a little bit slippery, like the carpet or
Right,
ground that
right.
you're not used
So
to,
let's
maybe
do
even
begin.
if you have a new yoga mat, sometimes
Yeah,
you
they
need to
slip,
get used to it.
Yeah.
You can always start with a smaller stance.
Okay.
So if we're, for example, in Warrior 2, so we can always start with a smaller stance, and then we can always widen a little bit more.
Okay.
So we
as
can,
we
for
go.
example, come into Warrior 2. The clue is that we always want to have our knee slightly over the ankle.
Okay.
So it's not behind the ankle, it's slightly
Got
over,
it.
because that's more safely. And then you're really firmly pressing your feet into the mat, you can always bring your hands onto your hips for the beginning, so that you're really pointing your hips on either side. Your heels are in one line.
And I notice
and then
your
you're
left foot.
firmly pressing into the mat.
I notice your left foot, your toes are in, right?
Yes,
Left
they're
foot?
slightly
Okay.
turned in. So you want to bring your heels on one line.
Okay.
And then if you're somewhere where it's slippery, you can always slightly turn in your toes. But you want to have the hips
The hips
pointed
Okay.
towards the side.
Got it.
And then you can always widen your stance a little bit more. And then you can come into your full expression for Warrior 2. And the clue is really that you're firmly pressing into all edges of your feet.
Right.
So that's what we do in yoga. We're using our entire body for most of the yoga poses. So there is never that we're leaving one body part out. Like even in Warrior 2, I think you should feel it that you're using both of your legs. Even though your back leg is extended, it's
That's
still
also
active.
Got it.
Your arms are fully active. The only thing that you're relaxing in this pose are your shoulders. Because
okay,
you're not
that's
straining your
interesting.
shoulders, you're
Right,
relaxing
just
them.
relax.
But your arms are fully engaged. You're like a little warrior ready to face your day.
So with the breath, so I'm going down. When I go down, I'm exhaling.
Exactly. So you're exhaling, you're going further down.
Okay.
You inhale. I mean, you stay kind of same with your legs, but we can come into a pulsation here too. So on the inhale, we can practice to straighten our leg. And on the exhale, we can bend a little bit more.
Got it. Okay.
And then inhale again.
So it's like exhaling
Yeah.
is the most difficult part. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay.
On the exhales, we actually want to release tension in our body.
Got it.
And then if we shift to the other side, we can always bring our hands, and then we can pivot our foot, and we can turn our toes in. So now we're facing the back. So viewers at home, you're facing the back of your
So if I'm doing it
carpet.
correctly, I feel a very intense stretch on the inside
Yes.
of my straight leg. Is that okay? So that's the way I
because
should
your
be
leg
feeling.
is really active, and the front knee is bent. So
Right.
you're strengthening your front leg.
as well. So
Your
the
knee
quad
is
muscles
slightly
are getting
over
strong.
your
Okay. Oh, that's a
ankle.
nice workout.
Yeah.
I
And then
can
we're
turn it
extending
in.
again
See
our
if I can get you.
arms. So both of our arms are extended.
I
And
like
then we
that you
can
reminded
work.
me the arms relaxed.
Yeah. So the shoulders relax, but our arms are still fully engaged. And then we can work again with our straightening. And on the exhale, we're moving further into this pose. And again, breathe in, slightly lengthen, and exhale. And usually in yoga, we never want to overextend. So if you notice, when I go like back up, I'm always keeping a slight microband.
I noticed
So we're
that.
we're never over exaggerating because we
That
want to move
creates tension?
slightly into the poses, and we don't want to like overextend
Right.
any parts.
What about the balance? I had some difficulty keeping my balance.
In the Warrior 2.
Right. No, not in Warrior 2. So there was one, I think we did the tree.
Yeah. So we can come
So
out of this
where you
pose.
gave me the option, you gave our viewers and me the option of starting here
Yes.
at the calf.
Yeah,
the
for
top.
tree pose. So what is actually a really good preparation for tree pose is mountain pose, Tadasana.
Okay.
Because it teaches us that we're really grounding into our feet.
Right.
So if we just work with mountain pose, we can bring our feet parallel or maybe big toes touching, heels slightly apart. And then you really want to root into all edges of your feet. So just try this for a few breaths, that you're also relaxing your shoulders here, and you're pressing your feet into the mat, and you're still as a mountain. So really root into all edges of your feet, into your toes, into your heels, and keep your head straight. Your spine stays straight. Relax your shoulders here. Your arms are extended on either side.
So what is the trick to actually getting
And then
on
from
one leg?
here, you're gonna root even more. So let's root into our right leg. So press your right leg firmly into the mat. and then get lighter into your left foot. And you can always keep a slight microbend in your right leg, and then look at something that's not moving, that's going to be your focus point, your drishti, as they say in Sanskrit.
What
for
about
focus.
my left knee? Should I bring it out first?
So your left knee, you can actually just start gently by bending it.
Bending it forward?
So you can still be on your foot and then lift up your heel and root even more into your right foot. So really anchor your right foot down as if you're growing a tree, as if your foot is rooting into the ground. And then from here you can get lighter on your left foot. And your hands, so you can always actually bring your right hand towards your hip for the balance. You can do that. You can even bring your left hand, but then many times it helps just to bring the left hand onto the knee.
Let me see. Now here was the tricky part for me when you had me do it 2 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
To bring the knee in, I'm already standing on one leg for quite some time,
so
and then I had to go into. I'm already
on one leg. Tricking you into balancing.
So would it have the same effect?
But you can also just do it like this. You can also keep your hands only on your hips, and then maybe you bring your foot for the beginning onto your other ankle.
I should talk to the village women in India. They always have such perfect balance, right?
And then you can always bring your foot onto your shin. You just don't want to put any pressure onto the knee joint. So either your foot is down here or here, or then you start to bring more balance into your foot. You reach towards your ankle.
Okay.
And you bring your foot all the way up into your
so I'm noticing my knee is going out. Is that correct? Is that okay?
On your left side?
Knee,
yes.
So it is.
Because we're turning our knee to the side.
To the side.
So that's our tree pose. And then you can bring your hands towards your heart.
So it's first.
Whenever you're ready.
Keep the weight on the right leg.
And you might
lift the left leg.
Be shaky.
Yeah,
it's normal.
It is a bit. Oh, got it. Now I get it. Coming out is, well, not very graceful for me.
Always come out. Remember, if you fall out, you have to do a dance.
Right. Do a little tap dance. So let me try on this side. I find this leg is more steady. Is that normal?
It's normal
for
because
most folks, that is.
Our body, not both sides are the same. Every day is different. One day you might feel more stable. The other day you might feel more unsteady. It's also a lot what's happening in our mind.
Right.
If you have things that are disturbing you,
Very
of course,
good point.
it's like a metaphor for our life. And if we fall out of balance, I mean, we fall every day out of balance. It's just a matter of how we react to it.
So let me spell this out for myself. So, and you're going to do it with me.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said was first get the weight on one leg. So I'm going to switch legs this time.
Onto your left foot.
And lift the
You're really rooting down.
Okay.
So you're planting your roots into the ground.
Okay.
You can bring your hands
Hand is on
your
the hip.
hips.
Okay.
And then slowly you can bring your foot either on your ankle, maybe your shin, never onto our knee joints, because our knee joints are very sensitive. You don't want to put extra pressure on them. And then, if you're ready, you can always reach towards your ankle. And then plant yourself. You can always stay with your hands on your hips, in front of your heart. Maybe you fall out. It's
and then come back in.
Reaction to our everyday life.
Okay, now I got that. So my heel is hooking into my inner thigh, so I better stay there.
Yeah, and you're turning your knee to the side.
To the side, got it. Yeah, this is a tough one, but like you said something beautiful. You said depends on the state of our mind. So if my mind is clear and I'm coming up into it, I think we could. The sages in India used to hold it for days on end to get a boon from the gods. Okay, all right, so got it. That was good. So other tips we are looking at, balance was one. I had a problem. Now with hip openers, you mentioned, when we went into the Pigeon a couple of episodes back.
So Pigeon, so we were doing the Pigeon when we were on the floor. For some people, it's not an option to be in the Pigeon. So for viewers who were not with us, to remind you, Pigeon, where we were lying on the floor, it was like this.
Right.
So in Pigeon, you can start out of your tabletop position.
Okay.
You bring your right knee in front of your, towards your right wrist. And then what you really want to do in this pose is you want to keep your hips even, so that both of your hips are pointing forward. Sometimes the tendency is that our right hip is somewhere down there, the left hip is hidden behind the right. So we just want to turn our hips around. You can bring your hands on the ground, extend your left foot behind you, and then from here, if your hips are pointing forward, maybe you stay like this. If you have props at home, you can always fold a blanket underneath of your right hip.
Oh, that's right.
Or
that
a
would
block.
help. Right,
Yeah.
right. So we don't sink in.
And then from here, you can move into your full expression, into your lying pigeon. I experienced that for some people, being in pigeon like this is not an option. So
Oh, I
for some
like this
people,
one.
it's better to do pigeon on the back.
Oh, I see.
Because some people, they have really problems to be like this. They might have pain
Right.
here in the legs, and usually with normal walking, they don't realize. But then being in pigeon, it's very painful for
Good
them.
idea. So let's do the other side and show me on the back.
Yeah.
That would be good to learn.
So we can do pigeon on the left side, and
Right,
then
and
we
then
do
do it
pigeon
on the
on the
back.
other side on the back. So we can come into tabletop position, and from here we bring our left knee towards our left wrist, extend your right foot behind you, and then bring both of your hands again on
So both the
either
hands
side
are
of your hips.
on the left side of the left knee, and the right hand is here?
Yes.
Okay.
So it just helps actually to open up the chest, because you want to open up your
Right.
chest in order to
Okay.
move into this pose. Ensure
Like a
again that
pigeon.
you cannot see your toes behind you, and that both of your hips are even, pointing forward. You're not collapsing onto your left side. And then you can slowly move down onto your forearms and extend your arms in front of you. So that is the more passive version of pigeon. Of course, there's also king pigeon.
I noticed you did
Yes,
that. That
and
was so beautiful. I couldn't
one
do it, but
wants
I'm sure
to-
some of our viewers can. Why
Yeah.
don't you teach
So
them?
if you want to move into king pigeon, you can stay further up, or after you went into your sleeping pigeon, you can come back up. Then from here, you can start to bend your
I found
right
that hard.
foot.
Actually, I'm going to watch you because I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'm ready for it.
And then from here, you can reach with your right hand towards your right foot.
Oh, wow.
You can always bring
Okay.
your foot closer towards your hips. Maybe you stay like this, or you start to hook your arm, your elbow underneath of your toes, so you really put your toes into your elbow crease.
Right.
Yeah. And then from here, you can stay like this, or maybe you join your hands together, and then
Wow, that looks nice.
you're in
I'm
this
going to have to get me a yoga
mermaid
belt.
option.
That looks very easy, but I know that it takes a lot of
It takes
strength and-
opening of your hips.
Right.
If your hips are
So if
more
I were to
open.
use a belt, anyway, I don't have a
You
belt
can also
today,
use
so
a belt, yes.
to get it right.
So you can hook a belt around your foot, and then you would practice it with a belt.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to start the pigeon on my back.
Yes. So you can just bring your feet
Or
in
maybe
front
heads
of
to
you.
the center?
Hmm. We can bring our heads to the center so that you really see what we are doing. And then lower onto your back. Cross your feet. Actually, don't cross your feet. Bring your soles of your feet closer towards your hips. And then from here, you can cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And then reach with your hands to the inside of your left thigh, and with your other hand to the outside. So you're going to bring your right hand to the inside, so you're really hooking around your...
Oh, this
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And, and I'm losing my voice.
I was wondering.
And
my
then from
hands
here,
didn't-
you can just flex your toes. And then you're pulling your thigh closer to you. And at the same time, you're pushing your right knee further away.
Oh.
So that is basically pigeon on the back,
So
because you might realize if you push your right knee away, if you pull your left thigh closer to
Right.
you, it's also an hip opening here.
Ah.
So basically we're opening our right hip with this pose, while at the same time we're stretching our left leg. So it's kind of similar.
Right.
When you're lying on the back, you can always keep your left knee bent, or if you want, you can also extend your left leg. Then it's a little bit like pigeon on the back.
Oh, got it. So, okay, let me get quick review. So I'm actually pulling my left knee in, left leg in, and I'm pushing my right knee down.
Yes, you're pushing your right
and flexing
knee down.
my feet.
You're
Okay.
flexing your feet to
Got
keep it more active.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then if you're pushing this knee further away,
Right.
I think you feel it, right? In your hips.
Yeah, I
the
can
hip
actually
opening.
feel it. I can feel it on the abductors, the
Yes.
outside. Oh, wow.
So it's same as pigeon,
but on
the
our back.
floor. And this one is more gentle because some people, they really have pain if they're
Especially
in
the
sleeping
knees.
pigeon.
Yeah.
With the knees, exactly. Sometimes it helps to put a blanket underneath of the feet, and then you can gently release. It's always good to windshield wipe the legs from side to side after this
I like that
pose.
expression, windshield wiper. And then we have the other leg
Yes.
to do. So
And then we're doing the other leg. You can cross your other foot on top. And then same as before, reach to the inside of your right thigh.
and flex my
And then flex your
okay.
feet. And then while you're pushing your left knee away, you're pulling
Pulling the
your
right knee in.
right knee in.
Beautiful. Okay.
And then you can stay like this, or maybe you want to stretch out your right leg and stay here for a few breaths again to really open up your left hip. And also many of my classes, actually, I like to start with this because it's a stretch, but it's not a stretch where you already need to be fully warmed up.
Right, like a
to
passive
make it,
stretch.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's a passive stretch.
This is great to do even early in the morning.
Yeah.
Even early in the morning. How are we doing for time? I thought I heard our director's
Yes.
voice.
And then you can slowly come out of the pose. You can hug your knees into your chest.
I like this one very much. I'm just thinking it's called Pavanamukta, wind releasing,
Mhm.
right? So you know how sometimes in the classroom they ask you to do one knee in and then the
Yes,
other knee.
and then the other knee.
So is it more effective getting one knee at a time, or is that just
you
to
can
ease
hug
us
both
in?
of your knees in,
Is that
just to squeeze them in. I mean, it's just a variation. You can hug one knee in, the other leg stays down.
it stays down,
Many
okay.
times they use this if they want to prepare for a half happy baby pose, just to start on one leg.
Right.
And then, because usually, even if you do it at the beginning of the class, the half happy baby pose, it might be hard to start already with both of the legs.
Okay.
And then you can hug the other knee in, do a half happy baby pose
So I'll get it.
before moving into full happy baby pose. For happy baby pose, it's also the clue to bring the knees as close to the armpits
I
as
notice-
possible.
I notice you're able to take your arm on the outside. Now, will it be equally effective if I do from the inside?
I mean, if you do it equally like from the inside,
Is that
you
okay?
really want to press your
Down.
entire back onto the floor.
Okay.
I mean, some people, when they reach towards the inside, I think they might be lifting their back.
Oh, I see. So there's
And
a danger
then-
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and what you want to do in this pose is really bring your knee towards your armpit. Usually it's easier if you reach towards the outside, because if you reach towards the inside,
Right.
unless you have long arms, it's something is always in your way.
I don't know, for some reason I'm not able, I guess I need, where are we? Are we wrapping up already? We were having so much fun, we lost track of
Yeah,
time.
we're
30
lying on the-
seconds, okay. Hey
But-
guys, you are watching Yogaxpress. Natalie and I were having such a good time here, we lost track of time. But Natalie, that was good. It was good that you cleared those little doubts, because those little things go a long way in helping all of us.
Exactly.
Stay in touch with Natalie. Even if you cannot see us anymore, you know we're around. We're always with you. You are watching Yogaxpress. Akram, Miguel, Ryan, and most of all, Natalie Polinger, our special guest teacher today. This is Banu Suresh signing off. We will see you next week.